Thank you.
I now introduce the second speaker of the affirmative team, Karen Lee, who will speak for no more than 6 minutes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the right to information and to freedom of expression are universal values. As China raises global power, the Chinese government needs to demonstrate that it is indeed ready to operate under local law and universal law and human rights. However, it won't feel so obliged if nobody requests. Internet companies are in the right position to initiate the action. Lack of action on China's harsh policies and practices that affect the rights of 1.3 billion people would simply be irresponsible. Internet companies should make it clear to China that no matter how powerful it becomes, and no matter how large its economy is, basic principles come first. As the affirmative team, we believe that boycotting is the solution to force China to comply with unrestricted access to the Internet. My esteemed colleague has already shown you today that there are human rights issues in China, and there is a need to fix these problems. And companies have the power to fight human rights violations in China. Before I explain our third contention, which is that boycotting is the most feasible solution, I would like to clash with my most well-intentioned opponent's most obvious flaws. First of all, they touched up a lot on how a boycott would be detrimental to the Chinese. However, they have failed to realize that this boycott is not permanent. This boycott would only be for the period of time that China has to undergo the negotiations and think about whether or not they need to change human rights violations in China. Also, this detriment is what will cause the Chinese people what will cause the Chinese government to change so that they do have unrestricted access to the web. They also explained a lot about how a sudden change is not good. However, China can stay communist. They have their own political culture, and we completely agree with that. However, what we don't agree with is how they think that a boycott will not enforce a democracy. Right now, democracy is not the issue. It's human rights violations. And as the affirmative, our case does not touch on anything about democracy. Now I'd like to move on to our third contention, which is that boycotting is the most feasible solution. Boycotting creates the potential to change internet access policies. Ladies and gentlemen, as my partner has already stated in our second contention, China relies on these Western internet companies for the economy's prosperity. This situation is very similar to China's relationship with the World Trade Organization. For 15